The biggest hurdle American Christians are facing today is not what to disagree about, but how we disagree. It's not that Christians see things differently. It's that they're ignoring flagrantly the instructional standard of the New Testament to live in harmony. Look at the people on the right. They are convinced that stopping drugs from entering the country, kicking out murderers and rapist immigrants, and recapturing a national moral vision by supporting a leader that they see as deeply devout, deeply prayerful, are necessary priorities for the nation to survive. Then look at people on the left. They see the assassination of suspected drug boat dealers without any sort of due process, the aggressive incarceration of immigrants who have been accused of no violent crime, and the relentless self-promotion and self-enrichment of the first family as existential threats to democracy itself. Now, there are passionate convictions and high emotions among Christians on both sides over these issues. Both are convinced that they're serving God by aggressively moving forward their agendas. And we can forget that over and above every human disagreement looms the God of the universe, who created it all, and whose unitive love must instruct not just the substance of our arguments, but the ways that we argue. The ways Christians disagree cannot ignore the New Testament's consistent teaching to the church. Take 1 Corinthians 1. I appeal to you, brothers and sisters, that there be no divisions among you, but that you be perfectly united in mind and thought. Take Philippians 2. Make my joy complete by being like-minded, having the same love, being one in spirit and of one mind. Romans 12, live in harmony with one another, do not be proud. 2 Corinthians 13, strive for full restoration, encourage one another, be of one mind, live in peace. Paul frequently uses the phrase being of the same mind to describe the expected state of a Christian community. And it's important to note that being of one mind does not mean uniformity. What it means is unity. We were created to have differences, meaning we have to find ways to work it out. And it is hard to work it out when we don't talk to each other, when we spend so much energy disparaging, condemning, criticizing one another with hateful language, with demeaning vocabulary, without seeing that our witness to the world isn't just what we're saying, but it's how we're saying it. God's love does not allow me to stand up for my cause by hating everybody who disagrees with me. Love calls me to respect, care about, and listen to those with whom I disagree. Because love will prove time and time again that we have more in common than we think, and that the core makeup of the universe, which is to change, is not to be feared, but is to be embraced. It's okay to change our minds. God wired us all differently, not to end the world in violence and anarchy, but to bring the world to its highest level of flourishing, which can only happen by respectfully considering our differences not as flaws and deficits to correct, but as essential aspects of God's creation needful to our shared vision of peace and harmony. So please, Christians, talk to each other, not at each other. Of course, the conversation is important, but so is the way you're having it. And I'll see you Sunday.